Hey CakeFaceFam! So today is a tutorial using the ViseartxAlcone Downtown palette. This is what it looks like. Isn't she gorgeous? So I actually made this palette from shades that I already have. They are the shades that are in the palette. I just already had them from other palettes because, as you guys may know, this palette was composed of koi and other palettes. So I had those. And it's such a beautiful combination of shades, and I had so much fun creating this look for you guys, and I hope that you enjoy. So without further ado, let's get this started. Starting with my Viseart base, I'm going to put this all over the lids. And our Downtown palette. Isn't she lovely? I've got some new brushes here from Cleona, the stained glass collection. I have the eye brush set. I'm going to try these today. I'm going to take this really big one. Actually, it's so big, I think I'm going to save this for highlight. Yeah, let's go with this one. They don't have numbers or anything, but it's the big fluffy brush. I'm going to start with this peach shade. I'm using this peach tone shade in my crease, but if you have a much deeper skin tone, you might want to use a deeper shade than this one. Perhaps the warm brown, something deeper than your skin tone, essentially. This brush is a little floppy for my taste, so I'm going to switch over in a minute to something I like a little bit better. But for consistency's sake, I'm going to do the other eye with the same brush, even though I'm not loving it. I shouldn't have bought these brushes. So I received my Cleona order, and I have to say, I'm not loving the products. I usually don't talk about negative stuff too much on my channel, but I'm just surprised at how much I hadn't heard anything negative, and these brushes don't seem great, and the shadows are not awesome. If you want more details, hit me up on Instagram and I'll share them privately. Okay, I'm going to give these brushes a little bit more of a try. This one is a shorter, dense packing brush. I'm gonna go ahead and start to create our pop of color with this green duochrome from Koi. I'm taking this and patting it in the center of the eye. With shades like these, I love to just like put the one shade and have it all over the lid because you can really see the color change as it goes around the curves of your eyes. But it wouldn't make for great tutorials because you were asking for how to use these palettes, and you already know how to put one shade all over, so it's not as great to film with. But on a day-to-day basis, I really like to do something simple like that because it looks really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and take the dark green, which looks amazing with that shadow we just laid down. And as you might have expected, I'm going to place that on the outer edge with another brush. This one is bigger than the brush that we used for the duochrome. Going back to that first brush I'm not as crazy about. And lightly going over the edges. With a smaller Royal and Langnickel brush, the cheek crease brush, I'm going to go into this almost black shade and pack this lightly into the outer edge, right where you would have a wing, like winged liner, right by the lashes, to create a little bit of depth. Now with the purple, that beautiful vibrant shade, and my Esom T09, I'm going to pat this onto the inner third of the eye. We don't want to overlap the green and the purple too much because blended together they'll turn into a muddy brown. So I'm just packing it on and not worrying about the transition as of yet. But it really pops, doesn't it? It pops without dampening the shade, but I think I'm going to dampen it just to give it a little bit more of a smooth finish. And I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. And that just turns it into this molten liquid royal purple. I usually just start off with dry, even if I plan to dampen. That way the edges are softer. And then I just dampen the center part. Creates a smoother transition. Now as a transition, we're going to go into this shade right here. If you watched my Color Theory #2 video, you know this shade is close to a primary color called cyan. And I'm using the brush we used for the green. And I'm just going to pat this in between the green and the purple. In this sort of arch shape, like a C shape. And then I'm going to start to bring that on the upper part of the center as well, so it curves around the green. I'm going to take a bit more of the green, blend that over the edges. With the purple brush, I'm going to take a bit of cyan mixed with the purple, so you can see what the two shades look like together, kind of like that shade. And feather that into the purple. I don't really trust this floppy liner brush at all, so I'm not going to even mess with that. I'm going to try maybe this one from Cleona. Nah, it's just not precise and it's very wonky. I'm not happy with the quality of these brushes in the least. I am going to take my Esom T07 brush and pick up the deep purple here. Once I pick that up, I'm going to spritz the brush. From here, I'm just lining the lash line. And then I'm going to dip into the green, the matte dark green, and do the same thing on the outer edge. I'm going to take a break from the eyes and move on to complexion. So this is my Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen SPF 45. I'm going to throw this on. I already have on moisturizer, serum, all of that jazz from earlier. For a face primer, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Brightening Youth Glow Anti-Aging Color Correcting Glow Booster. Long name. And I'm just going to apply this with my Esom sponge. I have also been testing out the Coconut Smoothing Primer from Marc Jacobs. I'm going to put that around my nose where my large pores are. But I don't like to put that everywhere, just right around here, here, and here where I have some texture. And then, one of you guys asked me to do another video using the Charlotte Tilbury foundation once my shade came in. Well, it has arrived. I have used it a few times. I haven't had a chance to film, but it's a good match. And my new match is 3 Neutral. So I'm going to take a pump of that and apply in dashes around the face and then blend out with my sponge. These do dry down to be darker than when they first apply. But it really has lovely coverage and a super nice finish to it. Isn't that lovely? I mean, come on, this foundation is my favorite. It's so pretty. So pretty. I'm gonna pull out my recent favorite, my Mai Tai shade from Kat, and put a bit of this on my cheeks with the butt of my sponge. Love that flush. Okay, let me put a bit of concealer underneath the eyes because I've got some darkness. This is my NARS Soft Matte. Okay, now I'm going to start with powder. There aren't too many powders I feel comfortable applying all over my face. And this one is just one that doesn't make me look drier, actually makes my skin look younger. While most powders make my skin look old and textured and just not great with my skin type. So that's why I always use this powder. I know it becomes repetitive on my channel. And I try to throw in like the Pat McGrath powder and some of these other powders that I do have. But it's hard because really this one is the most flattering. Really helps to smooth the appearance of the skin as well. And by the way, I don't know if you saw at the beginning of my video before I put on my makeup, or if you could tell, my pores around my nose have been a lot clearer and a lot more refined. And it's due to a serum, Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Pore Perfecting and Refining Serum. I've been using it for about a week now, once a day, and it's been really not irritating me, not drying me out too much, and it really just made a huge difference. So I'll continue using it and report back to you guys, but so far it's quickly become a favorite and easy to incorporate into my skincare routine. I think I'm going to go back to the eyes now. Before we do anything else on the skin to make it look heavier or anything, I want to finish the eyes and see where we're at. I'm going to take the Pencil Pro brush from Sonia G and use the cyan shade again, this beautiful turquoise duochrome. Ooh. That is stronger than I intended to apply it. And I like to sweep up, and since our look has that sort of looped look, this accentuates it a little bit more. Kind of sandwiching that purple. In fact, I think now that I've applied that, I'd like to reapply the cyan in this area too. Make it a little bit more noticeable. Before it was really just a transition shade, something to create a nice smooth transition. And now it's a little bit more of a color element. Okay, I'm going to slightly intensify it just in the inner corner. Just right here. To give it even more pop. I honestly quite like that. Kind of different. I'm gonna take, I think, some purple on the lower lash line. I feel as though that purple is floating and not really anchored into the look. So I'm going to take the same brush with the vibrant duochrome purple and sweep that on the inner edge of the lower lash line. I'm so sensitive because I don't want this look to become too heavy. And then with this purple right here, I'm going to put a bit in the outer edge. Hopefully you don't get any drop down from this. Kind of sweep it towards that liner we applied to connect it. Okay, I pulled out a brush that I've become very attached to. This is my Royal Nickel BOM 17 small fluffy brush. And with this delicious cashmere shade over here. Oh, it matches my nails. Can you tell? I love these types of shades. I'm going to quickly run this all the way around the eyes. I already started because I didn't realize my camera cut out, but it just gives this beautiful smoked out effect that fades into the background because it's neutral and it just deepens everything. And at this point, I'm just going to carefully perfect the shape I want to have. And you can choose whatever eye shape suits you best. My eyes are quite round, so a soft, rounded almond shape suits my eyes really well. I need to get some models up in here to do eye looks on them because since I just have the one eye shape, my looks get quite repetitive in the types of shapes I put on my own eyes. When you work on other people, you can really demonstrate how other things look a bit better. And before that gets too dark and smoky, I'm going to take this shade as a good brightening on the Esom W35. And what I like to do is I like to run this around that, softening the edges. If you have a darker skin tone though, this is going to come off a bit ashy. So what I would recommend is a loose translucent setting powder or some kind of shade that's really close to your own skin tone for this step. If you go too light, it can look quite dated. Now we've got like a gray toned background to the eyes. Alright, we're just about done. I'm gonna throw on some mascara. I've been using a YSL Shock mascara, but before that I will run a liner in the waterline, the Esom Cosmetics Detailer Pencil. The black on top, on the top waterline, and the platinum, which is the other side, on the lower waterline, to prevent this eye look from going too enclosed. I'm going to fill my brows in using the Brow Lift 3-Way Shape Lift and Shape tool from Charlotte Tilbury. If there's one step in makeup that I detest doing, but always feels kind of like I just want it to be done, but I don't really want to do it, it's mascara. I just don't enjoy putting mascara on, but I want it to be on, so I do it, but I just don't like doing it. I don't like doing it on other people either. It's not something that I find to be all that fun. Do you guys feel the same way? Oh, I forgot to mention that I got a new vanity. So this is just a inexpensive stainless steel table, but it's like super sturdy and nice. It was meant for kitchens, and it was like perfect in every way except too tall. So I went ahead and sawed off the legs in a point where you won't see it, like where it attaches into the table. So yes, that was hard work, but so worth it because it was so cheap, but like exactly right. And I'm very, very pleased because it's easy to disinfect and clean, and it's simple and just like utilitarian. So I'm very, very pleased, but you guys can see here my brand new table. My other vanity was deteriorating quite badly, so that is gone. But anyway, back to makeup. So I think that we're pretty much done. I'm gonna throw on a lip. I don't feel like I need bronzer. I'm feeling like a clean complexion, just simple, clean, not even really using highlighter. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it where it is. I really love how this foundation looks. And for lips, I pulled out 3 that I thought might look nice. This one is Walk of Shame lipstick. I thought that could be pretty. It's a My Lips, but better. Let me throw that on for you guys. It's like the color of my lips, just a little brighter. Kind of gives a doll-like effect. I'm gonna throw on some of those other ones. Here's the more brown nude. Becca Cupid's Kiss. Quite like that, it's very clean. The other one is, this one is Dior 434. Not a nude. I don't know why I said nude. It's more like another My Lips But Better, but slightly lighter. I forgot that I was considering throwing these on. These are my Magnetic Ardell accent lashes. So this is what it looks like without. Maybe I should throw them on camera. Okay, so this is what my lashes look like without the Ardell, and I've had questions about these, so I'm gonna just show you what it's like to apply them. I take the top portion, wiggle these on to the lashes where they just fit right on top like that. Take your time doing that step because it's super important. And then I grab the very end of the lashes and angle it so that inner corner attaches first. This magnetic piece will attach first, and then the rest will follow suit. Being sure it's exactly where you would like it to be. Pushing it close to your lashes, your lash line, and angle, click, click, click. And I like these because they're so reusable and really fast and no damage, no glue. I don't feel like I'm wasting lashes on just like, you know, on days that I'm just running errands. But I can still feel glam without like feeling like, oh, well, those lashes, I just used up one of its very limited number of times of usability. So I feel, I don't know, it's just, it fits my personality. I can throw these on in the car and just go. Okay, you guys, I'm really liking how this Dior lip is looking. It's a little bit less brown than that Becca, and it just kind of goes. It sort of fades into the background since it's so close to my natural coloring. I'm gonna spritz my face with my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. Alrighty, so thank you friends so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to join the CakeFace family if you are new. I love you lots and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.